Let us resume the chapter first of history. Sources of studying the history of ancient India. In the previous class, we discussed about the importance of history and the sources of history, written and unwritten. Now we are going to discuss about the other sources to know about the past. Coins, inscriptions, monuments, buildings, statues, art of painting, descriptions of foreign travelers. Let us discuss about coins and inscriptions. The study of coins is called as numismatics. Again I say that study of coins is known as numismatics. This is a type of study which tells about the history of coin, how old the coins are, at what time they were formed, and the use of the metals. The scientific tools study all these things. It tells about the time, the script, and the metals of the coin. In the same way, symbols and signs are also there on coins, which reveals the history. You all know that the oldest coins were punch mark. They were made of silver and copper. It has been found that these coins, punch mark coins, were made during 5th century BC. The most of the coins were of different shapes and size. In your textbook also, you may see the picture of punch mark coins. They are different in shapes and signs. The other way of knowing about the past are inscriptions. Inscriptions are the things which were carved on pillars and stones. These things tells about that era. Inscriptions made on pillars and stones are very useful. They are as useful as coins. The oldest inscriptions in India are of that of Ashoka's time. Eulogies are written on that. Eulogies means the appreciation, the poems written by the poets for appreciating the kings of that era. So eulogies are there written by the poets about the kings are called as appreciations. These eulogies are found in the inscriptions of Ashokas. It is written in Brahmi script. We have found that these inscriptions are written in Brahmi and Kharoshti. These are the different ways of writing down. Brahmi script was written from left to right, and Kharoshti script was written from right to left. The inscriptions of Ashoka are more than 25. We find so many things from these inscriptions. We have learned that how they were administrating their state, what was the political condition of that time, religious condition, and the policies adopted by the kings of that period. The different types of inscriptions have been found: individual, government, appreciations, the land grant letters, which were engraved on copper plates, inscriptions of scriptures in temples, caves. So many things we have found which helped us to know about the history. We have found that Hari Sen, some other writers were also there, those who have written about the kings of that particular time. Copper plates are also important source of studying history. Inscriptions of Gupta age are found in Sanskrit. Inscriptions found from abroad to provide us the information of the history of India. Inscriptions of Bogskoy in Asia Minor, that is Turkey, have provided it with us with ample information. We have found that Ashoka's scriptures were there, then King Bhoj scriptures were there, Parsapoli's scriptures were there, Bahistun, Bogskoy, all these scriptures, inscriptions helped us to know about the past. The other thing that there are the archives also. Art of architecture. It is a part of monumental buildings. You know that the art of architecture is called as Vastu. Vastu means to know the proper place of the rooms, bathrooms, kitchen, entry, all these things come in that Vastu. It is one of the arts. It's a very age old art. This Vastu, the art of architecture, was prevalent in India. The different types of architecture were there. For example, Nagar style was there, Dravidian style was there, the Baser style was there. So these were the different patterns and the styles which tells us about the architecture of that time. There were stupas, chaityas, vihars, temples. All these things helped us to know about that time. Another important source to know about the past are the statues. Statues are very important source of information. The sculpture of statues are seen in larger extent in Kushan Gupta period and post Gupta period. We can see the effect of the foreign art in those statues. The arts of Gandhar and Mathura style were there, but it has been seen that they were using some other art also to make their statues very beautiful one. The statues found from Sachi, Amravati, Barhut, Bodh Gaya, it clearly exhibits the developed art of statues of that time. Another way to know about the past is art of painting. The art of painting, it is there since primitive age. How do we come to know about it? That it is there in the Stone Age, primitive age, because we have found the art, the paintings in caves also. Such an art was developed in Gupta period also. The cave painting of Bhimbetka is very important and very well known. The world famous paintings of Ajanta are the climax of the development of painting. We have found Ellora and Elephanta caves also, in which we have the, the detail of the paintings, how these people have done their work, how they used to pass their time, how they used to develop their art. Then we have the descriptions of foreign travelers. These foreign travelers have provided us with ample amount of sources. From the ancient times, India has been in contact with foreign countries. Many foreigners have been coming to India. Whatever they had written during that time, it has become the source of studying history. People from Greece, Rome, China, they came to India. They have written a lot about India. And we can see that we had trade relation with the other countries also. So the account of the foreign travelers helped us to know more about the past. During the Chandragupta period also, Seleucus Nicator, Megasthenes came to India. Chinese travelers came to India. They were fond of Buddha. These Buddhist monks came to India to know more about Buddhism. Greeks and Romans have given information about the headquarters of trade and commerce and important ports of the first and the second century of that time. They have given us the detailed report on the trade between India and Rome. The important books among the national geography of Ptolemy and Pliny. Besides this, Periplus of Arthenian Sea, it gives us the ample information about the Indian ports. Chinese pilgrims had come to India for the love of Buddhist religion. Fine, Yunsang, Itsing were the prominent amongst them. They give us the first-hand detailed picture of Buddhist religion, Buddhist places, Emperor Harshvardhan, Nalanda University, and the Indian society of that time. All these things provided us with ample amount of literature which we require to know about the past. So, the things which we discussed today are coins, inscriptions, eulogies, monuments and buildings, that is, art and architecture, statues, art of painting, and the description of the foreign travelers. So, all these things in all helped us to know about the past, to know about the history. So, this is all from this chapter. In this chapter, you have the questions at the back of the chapter in the exercise. But you don't have to do that. I'll give you the separate questions for that. For the better understanding of the chapter, kindly read the textbook carefully so that all the doubts will be clear. Thank you.